Amen and good morning, Bandy. How you doing? Yeah, that rain is a good thing this morning. Sort of caught me off guard. I believe you. I could agree with that. Where is that? McDonald College, right? You have a orientation day? Okay. Well, all the best. Take care and God bless. All right, one love. Take care. All right, it's real. It's 91. Good morning, Grenada, Caribbean. Good morning. Yeah, we're late this morning, aren't we? 17 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Yeah, sort of slipped in here 10 minutes after 7. Good morning, Grenada. What? Transportation, man. Even in the early morning hours like that, the transportation sucks when you don't have your own. You know, it really sucks. Trust me. I'm not going to tell you. It's. Anyway. What is and what be and what is not is not. What am I saying? Anyway, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. How you doing this morning? It's another beautiful Thursday morning. Yes, it's Thursday, the 27th day of August. Wow. We ain't got many more days to go before the 31st of August comes. Yeah, Monday. How you guys doing? Are the teachers going back to school on Monday? Jude, say what you're saying quick, eh? The teachers need to know. You know, you one kind of guy who ain't really know what happening, right? Yeah, Jude Bartholomew. Yeah, he ain't really know what happening. So Jude, what are they doing? They going to school or they ain't going to school? You're making noise, and your noise ain't really making no sense. Trust me. You knew that was going to happen ages ago, Jude. It shows your incompetence. Just like the people you follow, incompetence throughout. Incompetence, incompetence, incompetence. Just like the people you follow. Don't lead the teachers down that rabbit hole. The teachers deserve better. You know, they knew that it was going to happen. You didn't, and you were the leader. Could you believe that? Oh my God. Anyway, Jude, sort it out. Sort it out, guy.
In Real FM, unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. A night for my night. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Quack tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Nutmeg inna the rhythm, cocoa inna the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Truth select and let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Greater Lake Deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Real ears are a temple. The DJ is the priest. Every song a sermon, every word released. No censorship, no chains, just the soul laid bare. Grenada's heartbeat pulsing through the FM here. When the storm take the island, the signal still repair. Real FM 91.9, the sound of prayer. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada voice rise, rise. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada's voice rise. Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada.
Good morning, Grenada, Caribbean. Good morning, Drumsticks. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. A reading from the Word of God, Psalm 103. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and not forget all his benefits. Who forgive all thy iniquity, who healeth all thy disease, who redeemed thy life from destruction, who covered thee with his tender mercy. Loving kindness and tender mercy. This is the end of the scripture reading this morning.
How are you this morning, my dear?
So much rain, I can't even hear my own voice.
Don't worry about that. Better rain now than you don't get it at all. We need the water.
You need the water, yes, that's true.
All right, darling, take care. Have a great day.
Have a wonderful day too. Bye.
Bye-bye now. Take care. It's Drums in the Morning time, 23 minutes after, and that's after the 7 o'clock hour. Yes. What's wrong with you, Andre? You never know. Yeah, we've got the weather coming up in a couple of ticks. Yeah, so stay with us.
Industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Angel's Beauty Salon and Barbershop, Bruce Street Mall, St. George's, your one-stop destination for all things beauty. Hair services, relaxes, waves, treatments, braids, cornrows, natural hairstyles, locks and lock installation, wig installation, nail services, acrylic nails, gel nails, pedicures, and more. Call or WhatsApp us today, 1473-403-4421 to book your appointment today.
Stop paying full price. With Flow, you can slash your bill in half. You heard right. Cut your mobile bill in half when you add mobile to internet. That's the most reliable Wi-Fi at home. Plus, all the data you need on the go. So, don't wait. Double your connection and double your value for half the price. Add mobile to internet today. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
There is a difference between shopping and shopping well. For nearly 45 years, Calico has understood that difference. Because great shopping is not just about shelves, it's about standards. A place that feels safe, comfortable, and easy to enjoy. At Calico, quality is not hoped for, it is expected. More than a supermarket, Calico is your wholesale partner, your source for dependable hardware, quality appliances, and everyday household essentials. Families trust the name, businesses rely on the consistency, communities recognize the standard. And the best part? Value that is always practical, prices that are always fair, and deals that are always waiting for you. Because shopping should never feel uncertain, it should feel assured. This is confidence, this is a legacy, this is Calico. Calico, your one-stop shop.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free read. A night for my night. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel job.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning again to you and yours. Let's take a trek down to the Morris Bishop International Airport for the latest on the weather situation. We know it's raining on our side. Let's find out what's happening throughout Grenada and by extension, some of our Caribbean neighbors. Good morning, Mr. Jonathan Price.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday, the 27th of August, 2026, as recorded at the Morris Bishop International Airport. It is currently cloudy with winds coming from the east at 12 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1013.2 millibars, which is normal and rising. Present temperature is 25.9 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 95%. Yesterday's maximum was 32.4 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 25.6 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 11.5 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month so far to 63.7 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique rather for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be cloudy with light to moderate showers and possible isolated thunder, becoming partly cloudy at times during the evening, and there is a warning for a low chance of flash flood in effect. Today's max will be 31 degrees Celsius with winds east-northeasterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 9:45 a.m. and high tide at 3:30 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:20 and sunrise at 5:56. Just to repeat the public forecast for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be cloudy with light to moderate showers and possible isolated thunder, becoming partly cloudy at times during the evening. And once again, there is a warning for a low chance of flash flood in effect. From the forecasters, Morris Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Thank you, Price. Have a wonderful day yourself, my brother. This is Real 91.9, 91.5, 7:30 straight down. That's our time on a rainy looking Thursday morning. See, that's why we good like this on the agricultural program. They made mention of agriculture, and the Lord says, you know what? Let the farmers have some rain. Yeah, that's what happened then. You didn't realize? Yeah, man, that's what taking place. Ask Bandy.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free read. A night for my night. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse St. George this. The people them a shout. Real expression now idle. Let your heart pour out. Ooh. Whoa.
Claude Abraham, good morning. Agnes Henry, good morning to you. Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, good morning.
The voicelessly oppressed the sins.
Anastasia Peterson, what's up, girl?
Message a message.
Rosalind Jones.
Your truth grenade.
Hey, Max Swinas in the Belfun guy. What's up? What's popping with you this morning? Just that you're having a wonderful day.
Just reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real,
What kind of name is that? Where is the steroid? Jesus Christ.
real
That's an interesting one. First time seeing that one.
reflection. From the hills to the
Agent Watts, good morning to you, bro.
real
Led low, as in Kathleen. Faith in Ali Douglas.
Mama shares her
Good morning to you.
vision for change. The radio no side.
Cracking it up in the morning time. It's Thursday. It's Agricultural Thursday.
The pain and grace. Not making of the rhythm. Cocoa in
Yeah, I do expect Dr. Entwine
spice all face.
and, of course, Dalton this morning. JD, no, JD will not be in with us this morning. JD is a special kind of guy. Yeah, JD has he usually does a lot of conferences and so online. Yeah, he does a lot of that. So I believe that he has another conference again going. He been having that one now for the past 2 weeks or so, and I think it's still going on. So he does things like health, he does religion, he does agriculture. Well-rounded and educated guy he is. So he's doing that. Usually he does them in August, and then he comes out of August like he's ready to go back to school as a child. So what's popping? Yeah, everything good? Oh, me. Deborah LeBeau, I see you checking in, girl. Good morning to you, Deborah. And Deborah, you're sending greetings to Nabi and Gates. Okay, that's good. And the rest of the stuff. Yeah, I was late. Yeah, I was late this morning. It was just the fact that I'm not driving. It creates a bit of a bother sometimes. And Cicely, hi, how are you doing? This morning was one of those bothers because of the rain and because of how the buses run in the morning. You don't know which one is coming next, and then most of the time before you raise your hand to stop a bus, you pass you because the buses at that morning some of the buses real pace. So I urge you though, speaking of which, I urge you, it's kind of wet today. Can you take it down a couple of notches? I'll be happy if you can do that. Was it yesterday or was it last night? I think it was last night, I was thinking about Roland Bowler. I've not spoken to Roland Bowler for a while. Ever since he gave up, basically gave up and moved on to another level within the party, I guess. He's no longer the general secretary. Ever since that time, I really haven't spoken to Roland. And Roland needs to come on our agricultural program because he too is a farmer. He used to do a lot of sauce up in the poultry area. I wonder if he's still doing sauce up. I'm a crazy man, yeah? Crazy like that. Crazy. Yeah, man, let's see if he's doing I went to Roseville last night. Well, yesterday evening. Went to Roseville early evening yesterday. But I forgot. But it's where they call under Peter or below Peter. Yeah, I forget the lady's name. Oh my God, she'll kill me. But I hope she's listening. I forget the name. Honestly, forget the name. But it's where my good friend Campe lives. Yeah, Campe lives in that nice stretch of road. Had never been there before. And that's why when they say Grenada small joke they're making, look at Roseville. I've never ever been in that spot before. I've been down the area, but never realized that there was that inroad and that there's a nice little shop there, like a little village shop. Lovely lady and her husband. Her husband works at the furniture place in Snell Hall there. Don't remember their names. I don't know. Memory ain't too good these days. Yeah. Senile? No, not yet. Anyway, but kind of forgot their names. But lovely, lovely personalities. and nice little shop, cold drinks. They got conflicts. I wanted to buy a box, but I didn't have money. But it said they got conflicts and they got all sorts of things. No, not the frosted one, just the conflicts kind of thingy. Frosted one, that has too much sugar for me, so I'm not touching the frosted one. But nonetheless, it was good to see them. And I did promise I was going to show them out, and look at how I've forgotten them. Can somebody tell me their name? Somebody in Rose Hill must know their name. But they live like under Peter. It probably is the only little shop under Peter. Yeah. Right, almost the last, is it? Maybe the last turn off in there. Nice little place. Some houses going up and then it looks. Oh, and I saw one when I drove up to where I had to turn. I saw one Build Back Better house. So somebody at least they have one person inside who got a Build Back Better house, and that's a good thing. Yeah, wonderful thing. At least one person inside that area there. But it was a good spot to hang out, good spot to chill. Nothing blocking the moonlight. Well, not that there was much moonlight last night anyway, but nothing blocking the moon, nice bright sky, everything. And people, guys, there were a couple of guys there from Victoria. Yeah, a couple of guys there from Victoria. And that was good. It shows that, hey, they kind of like, could bring people in from other villages to hang out there. Oh boy. Now Dalton is, oh my goodness. Dalton, you killing me, man. You had to let me know this before now. He's just sending a message and he can't make it this morning. This is what tears me up. Yeah, that's up. Yeah, it tears me up. When you're on air and you're in a flow and you expect things to come one way and then bang, you get a message and say, oh, I can't make it. I wonder if Dr. Antoine is going to make it. Or if he's going to chicken out like Dalton. Yeah, Dalton chicken out on me this morning. Whoa. Okay, Chunky, as in Mac. Wow. Chunky says he's home today and about to make some fry bakes. Well, yeah, that's cool, Chunky. You have this thing they call an air fryer, eh? Yeah, Chunky, the air fryer thing? I wonder if you could air fry the bakes. Ever thought of that? Air frying the bakes? Yeah, Ian Jeffrey, good morning to you. And Dolores, hi, and hello. Christopher Williams. Good morning. Who else? Who else is there? Pearl Charles, hi and hello. And Ron Julian, the ever-present Ron Julian. Ron, good morning to you. Okay, so Ron is saying, good morning, folks. I tried to read, what's wrong with the throat? I tried to read a lot of comments. What's Ron saying? Good morning, folks. I haven't seen BJ in a while on this program. Hope that he's okay. Well, I hope he's okay too. And please, you want to, Ron, that's your way of asking me about BJ? I don't know. Okay? Plain, frank, and simple, I don't know. So when you want to ask me a technical question like that, come straight, because I'll give you a straight answer. All right? You asking about BJ? I have no idea which part of the world he is. I haven't seen him, haven't heard from him for months. Okay? Good. So let's leave that one right there. Boy, somebody is saying, Andrew, what happened with you and PJ? Nothing happened. I guess he just woke up one morning and decided that he probably got tired of the program. I have absolutely no idea that No, I didn't do anything. Me, no, Andre. Andre doesn't do things like that, you know. Andre's a good kid. Believe you me. 7:41. What's wrong with that cough this morning or that throat this morning? I'm kind of old school, so I'm going to do it the traditional way. That's Chunky. So he's going to fry the bakes with oil. Chunky, air fry the thing now, man? But they say air fry. I never tried it, bro. But air fry it and see how you work now? Chunky, man. You kind of thinging, man. You tripping. You really kind of tripping. All right. So we dealt with that. Jerome Kenneth Lewis. He's in Toronto, right? Good morning, Jerome Kenneth Lewis. And I just believe that as one goes along in life, you know, one has to, or one will make changes that other people may not like. But at the end of the day, one has to understand that you're making a change for you. That's what is important, eh? You're making that change for you. And once you understand and you realize that you're making that change for you, then you honestly don't have a problem. That is the most important thing. You're making that change for you. You can't be making changes, and when you make the changes, the other person, you know, at all times, other people benefit from the changes that you make, or that the changes that you want to make. Yeah, you can't be doing that. It's not right. You have to first and foremost sort out Chunky, or you have to sort out Faithlin, or Deborah, or Cicely. You know, these are the people you have to sort that out before you sort out anybody else. You have to sort out you. Don't get into the thing where you fighting to do so, and you know, because you get slim, they say, hey, how you get thin so? You seen trouble, you are AIDS. You put on some weight, hey, but how you belly big so, boy? Why do you? Do you understand? Anything you do, anything that happens to you, there will always be conversation. Anything. So the best thing to happen is just do you. If you're going to get involved in agriculture, you get involved in agriculture and you do you. You ain't trying to do the other person. And if you're going to get involved in agriculture and you know you're going to be planting peas, then plant your peas. Be the best peas planter that there is. You don't want to do some getting involved in agriculture and you're trying to do the same thing that the guy next to you is doing. Duplicating efforts like that in agriculture with no planning is disaster. And that's one of the things that kills a lot of our farmers. Farmer A sees that, hey, this guy is doing watermelon, and it seemed like last year he did watermelon, and he did it wrong this time, and he did well. So you see him preparing, you start to prepare, and then you're doing the same amount of watermelon at the same time. Guess what? Doesn't make sense. Because here's what takes place. The volume of people did not grow. It's the same amount of people. But the volume of watermelons doubled. It's not going to work. It's as simple as that, you know. It's not rocket science. We have to sit down and realize and do better planning. Farmers especially. I believe that our farmers need to do better planning. You understand? You ain't waking up and just decide, okay, fine, I'm going and plant cucumber. No. No. That's not how it does. You see, like me now, Doha land and things. So, in front, I was speaking to a guy yesterday. He told me his name is what's his name? Gingerbread, the gingerbread man. He's from River Sally. Good morning to Gingerbread. He said, "Dear, make sure you say good morning to me." So, good morning to you, Gingerbread man. He says, "Catch me if you can." Anyway, but I was talking to him and he says, "Well, you have that little space there, so plant some corn. Plant about 5-piece tree." And I listened to him and I said, but the guy's making sense. He says, "Look, man, all the little spots you have around the house, just plant something. Just like how you do the brancas, plant something." Okay, yeah, he came yesterday, told me clean out the brancas, and then there was a drain that had to be cleaned out. Speaking of the drain that had to be cleaned out, it is close to me, but it is a public drain, right? And the drain was filled with silt. Yeah, filled with silt coming from the top of the hill. And wow, this is the worst that I've seen it. This is the worst that I've seen it. No, it's nobody on top of the hill doing that. No, it's just that, topsoil getting washed away, stuff like that. Yeah, and I'm at the bottom of the hill. So you had something like close to about 20, 25 feet of drain that was just growing. They probably had about 7 inches thick of silt. Yeah. So I had to get gingerbread man to take out the silt for me. And it looks like that will have to be go because the people who do the maintenance, they don't even bother with that. No, they don't bother. They honestly don't bother. So I had to get it done. So that's done anyway. It looks good and it's flowing nicely. Because it rained this morning, I saw it. I'm like, yeah, good job, gingerbread. And so he cleaned up. He cleaned up the branca because the branca grew things like I thought the branca was a plain field. If you see grass and bush and thing, boy. So we cleaned up that. I have to do so. And can somebody tell me I can get some lettuce to plant? Does anybody know? And I want somewhere closer because I ain't a transport right now that I could think. I had to get a ride, so it had to be somewhere close. Anybody knows where I can find lettuce? Nobody knows? Oh, no. I thought somebody would know where I can get some lettuce plants. I want to plant some lettuce. And then some, pak chai. Yeah, maybe plant a couple heads of that. Not much. Oh, the lettuce. I'll probably plant some lettuce and be a lot and sell some. What do you think? Yeah. A head of lettuce is like what? $5? A big head of lettuce is like $5? That's a lot of money. So if I do like 30 heads of lettuce, 50 is 0, 53 is 15. That's $150. You go, wow, that's enough money to pay the gingerbread man. Yeah. So I'll do some lettuce. Yeah, make a morning. Cabbage? I don't know. I think the lettuce are better morning. What do you think? And do some carrots. Yeah, I'll probably have to create a thing where I can do some carrots. Yeah. But I want the ground, I want the soil. The soil I'm going to do the carrots in, I'm going to make sure it's nice soil where the carrots can go. So we grow nice long carrots, like the ones you buy that come out of Miami and other places. Yeah. I want to grow some nice long carrots like that. We have somebody online. I don't know. Could be a farmer telling me where I get a lettuce. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Andrew Donald, you say you don't have a vehicle, but you have plants right in Grenville and next to the the meat stall. But,
You
and then
don't
you have a mountain top one again, you could get any amount of plant you want.
you don't hear the vehicle.
But I hear you say you don't have vehicle, that's what I'm telling you. I know I hear you say you don't have vehicle.
You don't hear the vehicle. Eh?
So you could
What? I could what? I
tell
don't have vehicle.
ask
who? Let me hear.
Mr. the rum man,
Mr. The Roman? Who is the Roman? Well, look at trouble in the world. The Roman, yeah.
I was forgetting his name from them, you know.
Dr. Antoine?
Yeah, Dr. Antoine living, Dr. Antoine rum factory next to Mountain Top one day, you know. So you could ask him, please, if he could get some for you.
Right, I will try that.
Yeah.
Thank you, darling.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, good, right. All right. Oh, they're getting a message. Oh, that's good. But that's like walking distance. Leah O'Neill, good morning to you, Leah. How are you doing, my dear? Leah is saying that she's got lettuce. All right. And Pakistan Choi. Well, I guess that's the Pak Choi. Yeah, Pakistan Choi. Thank you for giving me the correct name, Leah. Leah, how much is your lettuce? I need to know that. And Leah, okay, so I know you, but the fact that you sent me the message means that you're listening. I want you now, Leah, to give me a list of the stuff that you have so I can talk about it and probably can get some. So just as though you sent me that message, send me a message now, the list of stuff that you have and that you have on sale so that folks can get. Leah O'Neill, she lives in, that's Lamode? Yeah, Lamode. Yeah, well, sir, if you come from the western side, you don't make that left hand down to go into Satés. You continue along, continue straight. You go over the road and continue straight. And well, you have to ask for Leah because like she's like almost like on the corner. You go straight and then you come where there's a corner. She's right on the corner there. So you just ask where the O'Neill family lives, and Leah's right there. Yeah, her brother is into agriculture too. Leah, your brother retired yet? Because he's been into agriculture for a long time. Yeah, he used to do a lot with spices and things. So, yeah, Leah, let me know what you have so I can tell people and I can still come and get some. You never know. The Pakistan Choi, I probably, Pak Choi, that's kind of like, never knew. See, oh boy. So here is my good friend Baker. I'm going to answer him. Baker, good morning. How you doing? I didn't hear that. Say that again. $25 a tree in Hermitage. All right, my brother, I'll contact you, okay? Right, good. So you see, that's Baker telling me that they have lettuce in Hermitage, $25 a tray. I will never need a tray, boy. I don't know, you know. But the bed, the branca long, man. So the branca is long that you can take like in a the width of the branca. I can take like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe as many as 5 going across, and straight down. I can get 1, 2, 3, boy, maybe about 20, yeah, maybe about 20 straight down. Yeah, so that's like 5 by 20, yeah. That's like 100 on one branca. Yeah, I probably could do about 100 on a branca. Yeah, give them enough space to. So Leah, what happened? You ain't sending me you didn't have anything else but lettuce? But Leah has lettuce. So those of you interested in lettuce and you're like within the Satés area, and Baker just said they've got in Hermitage. Baker didn't tell me where in Hermitage, but they have in Hermitage at $25 a tray. Leah has I don't know what's the cost. But she has, and she also has the Pakistan Choi, which is Pak Choi, shortened Pak Choi. So that be that. So I have to go on Sunday because I had it all done. I had done all my things, but I had a setback in the construction of the area where I was putting the water, because I was collecting water from the heavens, and how I built it, we can sort of miscalculated the weight of the water. So when the weight came, it shifted the structure. So we had to drain out all the water and rebuild. So we, in the process of rebuilding, I think we might finish the rebuilding of that on Sunday, God's will. Might finish the rebuilding of it. And then start to pray and do the rain dance. Yeah, start to pray and do the rain dance. Why people send me, let me hear.
I have a lot of seasoning pepper. Do you want plants? I want to have another seasoning pepper plant. Do you want some?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's Joe now.
Some as soon as possible.
That's Joe now telling me that he has seasoning pepper plants. Yes, Joe, of course I want seasoning pepper plants. I have a couple of trees that I've already planted. As a matter of fact, I was looking at the trees 2 days ago, and I saw that one tree had about 3 peppers on it. Yeah, because I'd planted them before I went to New York the second time, and JD was taking care of them. So one tree has 3 peppers on it. But yeah, Joe, I'm gonna link you about that sweet pepper plants, yeah, because sweet peppers are never too much. Yeah, never too much, never too much, never too. That's a good song. Yeah, so yeah, Joe, we can talk about that sweet pepper plants. Well, hold on. How come nobody don't telling me that they are ganja plant? Huh? I thought we could plant 4 trees. I don't know. Has this thing been thing? Because I would like to plant my 4 trees. I had to plant it and drink it. Yeah, cut it up, like how they just cut it up when they smoke it, and then cut it, and then steam it, or steep it, and strain it and drink it. Drink it like water, of course. So I ain't smoking it, I would just drink it. Don't cook it with rice. Don't cook it with rice. Not that you can't eat it, but it will give you a high that you wouldn't believe is possible. Don't cook it with rice. All right? As a matter of fact, I don't know, for whatever reason, when marijuana reacts with anything that is sweet, if you make fudge with it, it gives you a wicked high. Ask Gates. Yeah, Gates could tell you a lot about that. You make fudge with it, it gives you a wicked high. You cook it with rice, and because starch would convert into sugar, it gives you, according to our partner minds, a wicked high. Here is so Leah sent me this. She has lettuce, she has pak choy, she has peppers, she has tomatoes. No, I have no space for tomatoes, Leah. I have no space for tomatoes. I probably could put 2 cabbages on the branca. Yeah, probably could put 2 cabbages there. Celery, of course, and etc. Etc. is a new plant. Only Leah has it. But that's what she's saying. She has lettuce, pak choy, peppers, tomatoes, cabbage, celery, etc. So etc. must be a new plant that I wonder what others use etc. for. Ajay, you crazy, you stupid. Hush about. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I got to do something. Give Leah a call and get some lettuce plant is the first thing. Lettuce plant is the first thing, and then I get pak choy and a couple cabbages, and then celery. Yeah. You see what because I can't plant a lot unless I'm willing to sell. But look at that guy. I have to call marketing board. You see, marketing board thing. Oh my God. I'm going to end up in a problem with that, man. Market the board. Keith Mitchell, good morning to you, brother. How you doing? Haven't heard from you in a little while. I must give you a call, yeah. But you can call me too. I mean, with brethren, you ain't in the politics anymore, so you're kind of not, you ain't really busy. You ain't really busy. You probably, let me see, if I could figure out what you're probably doing. You finished writing yet? Because I know you've been writing your memoirs and stuff like that. You finished writing yet? You've been writing for a long time because you have so much to say. I can't wait for that book. I'll tell you something, Keith Mitchell. I can't wait for that book. But I don't think you could write anything about agriculture. Keith, I know you love cashew nuts, and you used to go picking up a lot of cashew nuts on your plot. So I guess that is your contribution to agriculture, eating cashew nuts. Yeah. Andre Crazy, eh? Who's this now? By the way, folks, I have not heard from Regina for a long time. Anybody heard from Regina? Regina? Is she back in Grenada? I know she had traveled. I don't know if she's back in Grenada. But she didn't even give me a call when she's back. That's not good. That's not good at all. Regina, if you're back in Grenada, didn't call me, something wrong. So, you remember I had gotten some pineapple plants? Well, I have to go. I'd put them in a particular area. I have to go look for them on the weekend. Yes, I had to go and see what happened because I was away for a little while. So I had to go and see what happened to the pineapple plants because I'd planted something like close to about 12 pineapple plants that I'd gotten. So I have to go now to see what happened to the pineapple plants. Yeah. I need to check on that. What else do I need to check on? I need to check on the time. The time is now 2 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll be back, friends. This is Real 91.9 on a good-looking Thursday morning with Spells Agriculture.
Voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tuning on the spice side. Where the
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Hurricane season is here, and the best time to prepare is before a storm is on the horizon. Every day you prepare before a storm is a day your family is better protected. With the Weather in the Storm loan from the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited, you can finance the improvements that help safeguard what matters most: roof repairs, hurricane shutters, generators, water storage systems, and other essential supplies to keep your family safe and secure. Don't wait until a storm is on the way. Prepare today and enjoy competitive rates, flexible repayment options, and the friendly service you've come to trust. Visit your nearest Grenville Cooperative Credit Union branch or speak with a member of our friendly team to learn more about the Weathering the Storm loan facility. Protect your home, protect your family, prepare with confidence. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Together, we're stronger through every season.
A new school year means new opportunities, but it also means new expenses. From uniforms and books to laptops, transportation and school supplies, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited is here to help. Apply for a back-to-school loan and give your child the confident start they deserve with affordable financing and friendly service from the credit union you know and trust. Visit your nearest Grenville Cooperative Credit Union branch or call us today for more information. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited, helping members build brighter futures, one school year at a time.
There is a difference between shopping and shopping well. For nearly 45 years, Calico has understood that difference. Because great shopping is not just about shelves, it's about standards. A place that feels safe, comfortable, and easy to enjoy. At Calico, quality is not hoped for, it is expected. More than a supermarket, Calico is your wholesale partner, your source for dependable hardware, quality appliances, and everyday household essentials. Families trust the name, businesses rely on the consistency, communities recognize the standard. And the best part? Value that is always practical, prices that are always fair, and deals that are always waiting for you. Because shopping should never feel uncertain, it should feel assured. This is confidence, this is a legacy, this is Calico. Calico, your one-stop shop.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visual, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
Turn up the summer vibes with Flow. Add postpaid to your internet and score a Samsung A07 for just $80. Or grab a $300 summer pack. New to Flow? Get postpaid and receive $500 off the new Samsung S26 Ultra. Or switch to prepaid and get a free 30-day plan with 80 gigs. Plus 50% off for 6 months. Every offer lets you spin and win instant prizes. Plus a chance to win a Golden Mass Carnival experience. Or a grand shopping spree. Visit discoverflow.co today and turn up your summer vibes with Flow, cause we keep your rhythm flowing.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. Sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now idle, let your heart pour out. Ooh. vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound when make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound when make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Nutmeg in the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Reel up the truth select and let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Greater Lake Deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Lyrics are a temple, the DJ is the priest. Every song a sermon, every word released. No censorship, no chains, just the soul laid bare. Grenada's heartbeat pulsing through the FM here. When the storm take the island, the signal still repair. Real FM 91.9, the sound of prayer. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada voice rise.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. But I hate that. Honestly, I ain't had to tell you. You know, you go to a function, yeah? And please, y'all have to stop do that. You go to a function. The engineer organize the song system, but you go, for what? You not the engineer? Can you hear me? Duh. Go up there and speak. If they can't hear you, they go tell you. Honey, all you must be about yourself with that kind of thing. That don't make you no sense at all. That makes absolutely no sense. But nonetheless, good morning again. But yeah, one of my guests is here. He's outside the studio. I know that for sure. Lettuce. So that means I should plant some lettuce. If I can do some organize and get some lettuce plants, I first have to calculate how many lettuce plants I need and get, because I want to get and then, and then I need to get some manure. Yeah, I figure I'll get some manure and put to that puppy. Organic. You're telling me about this guy called Andre Donald. Organic lettuce, organic. That's what I'll be saying. Organic. $5, organic. Yeah, that's what I'll be saying. I have to practice now, yeah. You hear me? Organic. Angel Map, good morning to you, dear heart. How are you? Surely scared what's popping on your side? Oh no. You telling me I did that? I really messed up this morning, Oh, and I think, oh no.
True cultural pride and the power of radio to amplify.
But let me tell you something. They say there's a thing called better late than never. There's something that I had to do. And man, sometimes you guys should just give me a little heads up, eh?
No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth of reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound when make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound when make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Nutmeg in the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Reel up the truth selector, let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores.
Yeah, I was supposed to send out a link this morning and it just slipped me totally. But I hope the person is still there because I sent the link and we can still have that conversation. As they say, better late than never. Yeah, but I did tell you, friends, that I have one of the guests. The other one, he begged out on it. Yeah, all right. So, yes, you're saying yes, I did. Yeah, well, you didn't even do something, give me a heads up. You're saying, hey, what's going on with you? So, yeah, but all sorts of things. And let me not give any excuse. I messed up big time. But I still sent the link. I don't know if you're still at home. I still sent the link. So, it is there. If you're still at home, then you can still use the link. Sharon Phillip, good morning to you. How are you doing? Maria Marcel, what's up, girl? Yeah, it's Thursday. Are you good? And Carol McQueen, morning to you. And let's also say good morning to this goodly gentleman who took the time off from his busy schedule to make it at us this morning. Good morning to you, Dr. Antoine. How are you doing?
Good morning, Andre. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you, and thank you for having me. Good morning to our audience out there.
Thanks for coming. You know, this makes me remember, the rain and everything makes me remember when I used to be leaving here and going to
Granborough.
But yeah, that's Granborough, right? Yeah, going to Granborough to do the program. And then the people from St. George is still saying that too far. Right, the crazy world.
I know.
Yeah. So how you doing? How's the week?
So far, so good. Beautiful weather, I think, for the most part, except the couple of occasions we probably had a bit of balmy evenings, afternoon, evening session. But good. So far, so good. Thank you very much. How about yourself?
I've been pretty okay.
Great to hear.
Yeah, I've been pretty okay. I didn't come in yesterday because I had to sort out something by home and got it sorted out. Actually got more sorted out than I expected.
Very good.
Which is good.
Yeah.
And so all this morning. Am I going to be on tomorrow morning? Yeah, I'd more than likely would come on tomorrow morning for a bit with Tafal Pierre. And yeah, I'm trying to do some things different, Doc. Eat differently.
Very important.
Yeah.
I know how that
Eat
goes.
differently. And I didn't even know that I had to be eaten differently.
Really?
No. Well, hold on. I didn't know, and then I got sick, but before I had gotten sick, I'd done the Brancas.
Okay.
And now the Brancas are like, okay, yeah, you needed me all along, so that is why you had to do it. So I got the Brancas. So I have the Brancas going. I had to clean them up yesterday because the Brancas do some grow grass like if it means pasture. Yeah. But I got that going. So I cleaned them up, and now I'm looking to get some lettuce to start with.
Yes, I heard the conversation.
Yeah. So I'm going to get lettuce from Leah O'Neill. She has lettuce.
Is she related to Ronald O'Neill? Is that the person you're referring to?
Didn't you hear me say he's into spices?
No, I didn't
You
quite.
didn't hear that part?
No, I didn't
Oh,
quite hear everything. My
that's his
apologies.
sister.
Oh, okay. Nice to know. Nice to
That's
know.
his sister.
Nice to know. Yeah.
No, this morning I was supposed to have a conversation with Hubert White, and I kind of like missed the cue because I was supposed to speak to him at 7:30.
Okay.
But it's a good thing for you to doc, because maybe that's why I'm gonna have him like now. Yeah, we got the coffee. Yeah, we're gonna come to the coffee. Don't worry, we're gonna come to the coffee, because I send him the link later, of course, but he's there. So we're gonna have that conversation with him, and I want you to chime in, because what we're gonna be speaking about for half an hour or so is El Nino.
Okay. I'm not too familiar, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, he is familiar with it. He has the information on it. And I really want to speak to him, because I don't believe that we are doing enough local education as it relates to El Nino. So we're going to find out from Hubert White. Good morning to you, Hubert. I'm coming to you. I'm going to link you in a minute. Just need to do one more click here. All right, so we got this going that way. Okay, come on, thing. Don't behave like you figure that you. All right, there's something inside you that wants to behave like I wouldn't say. I would not say. I refuse to say what is behaving like. And I refuse. If I say that, then my mother would not be very proud of me. Is she proud of me? Yeah. Yo, lady's proud of her son. Come on. She's a smart lady, you know. Anyway, so here we are together, meaning Dr. Antoine and myself, and I really and truly don't like that shot. I prefer this shot. Yeah, look at me looking a bit taller now, ain't he? Yeah, that's me there, looking a bit taller than Dr. Antoine, when I'm a lot taller than him. Yeah, why is the... Right, so we probably could work with that shot. Now it's time to bring in Hubert White. We're going to add him to the stage, so add him to the conversation. You hearing in your headphones pretty okay, right?
I'm hearing you clearly,
You're
yes,
hearing me
thanks.
clearly. So that means you will hear Hubert White pretty clearly when he joins the conversation. Good morning, Hubert. That light behind you, there's a light behind you that's killing us. Maybe you can take it off, please. So yeah, he's going to take off the light behind him. Let's see. No, it's like it's the one inside of the arch. Is that a window there? Not the window itself. There's a light over the window. That is the one behind you. The light. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
That's
right
not
there.
natural
if you
light.
Take that one off, then that'd be really, really good.
That one is natural.
So you have two windows there, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that one is killing. So maybe if you stay in that position, then don't move, because now the head blocks the light. So it's a good thing.
Look, you have a big head.
You have a big head. Good morning, Hubert White. How are you doing, my brother?
Good morning, man.
Yeah, I apologize for being late.
Listeners.
Not having my regular people in with me sort of threw me off, and I really apologize for being late this morning with you. But as I say, better late than never. As I did indicate to Dr. Twine, we'll be having a little conversation with you, Whitey, on El Nino. So let's start off here. What is El Nino?
Okay. And all listeners again. El Nino is a natural occurring phenomenon, whereby the sea surface temperature in what you call the equatorial Pacific, that is the area of the Pacific Ocean close to the equator, gets abnormally warm. Already it's about 3.4 degrees Celsius above normal. As it gets warmer, what happens? It enhances evaporation in that area, and hence lifting. And nature does not allow a vacuum. So if all this moisture is taken from the Pacific, it has to be dumped somewhere.
So it gets caught up in the westerly flow towards the Atlantic, where we get sinking motion, and that will suppress convection and give us drought conditions, low rainfall amount, and hot condition or heat spells. Basically, that's what El Nino is, and that's what it does.
Okay. Now, is it a phenom that happens every year? And is it okay for me to call it a phenom?
It is a phenomenon.
Yeah. It happens every year?
Basically, it's biannual. It more or less like every 2 years it changes. So the opposite of El Nino is La Nina. So when we're in a La Nina period, the opposite happens. But some occasion it is not always that intense. Sometimes we enter into an El Nino year and there isn't any concern, nothing to bother about. But the professionals and the scientists predict that this period will be a super El Nino. And we haven't had a super El Nino maybe for the past 50 years. So that one is noteworthy to mention.
Super El Nino. What was that?
Well, that means the temperature in the equatorial Pacific will be much higher than it normally be during a normal El Nino. Okay. In other words, for example, something could be, you might see a wind blow you 50 miles per hour, what is strong, but when it gets stronger, then super strong, etc. So it's the degree of intensity we are speaking about when we say super.
All right. Now, why should me, an ordinary citizen, be concerned about that? I know every year we usually have a hurricane, so I ain't really bothered. You gotta have a hurricane anyway. Well, why should I be bothered about El Nino, La Nina? Why should I be bothered?
Well, what we should go into now is the effects that this El Nino may cause. And remember, it's a forecaster, but there's going for a 63% probability that it will occur. It will occur as a El Nino, but the 63% is that it will be a super El Nino. And it's already taking effect, and it will max somewhere around October, November, and then into the dry season. It's that weakening. Now, what the El Nino does, as we said, reduce rainfall. Reduced rainfall is a concern of every citizen. It also will create serious heat spells. Now, let's take first reduced rainfall. Already our water system is on strain. We have serious development in terms of our hotel sector. And the government is speaking about Project Polaris, and if construction starts, they will need a lot of water. We're looking at the Grenada Resort, and we're looking at generally agriculture. Especially we're in a mode of replanting our cocoa nutmeg post-burial. And also our diaspora had planted a lot of spice. The survival will be contingent on the kind of rainfall that we get. Let's look at the heat spells. Already we realize that people are complaining about the heat. The heat has effect on agriculture, especially our birds, that's chicken, those poultry farmers. The water will get hot and it will basically reduce egg production. We also look at the government investment in Limne and Carrico in the livestock, and water will be very, very important for them. So, and the heat will have a detrimental effect on them. We also look at our business places, Andrew. If you notice that it's almost unbearable, maybe including my place, to enter a business without air condition. I think yesterday when I stepped in my van and the air conditioner was on, that was welcoming. So more and more business will have to go into air condition, with already spiraling fuel costs and electricity costs that will erode on the profits. And even though you are using air condition during hot spell, the AC will stay on longer, the thermostat will take longer to kick in or to cut off. So normally, places like Calico that has already have air condition, that will increase his bill, the hot spell. So it's a very, very tough situation. You have, recently our teachers has been complaining that the schools the temperature in the schools has been unbearable and is affecting the children, the learning, etc. Well, if we think it was bad, towards dry season next year, it will be worse. So El Nino is definitely a cause of concern. The only positive about El Nino is that there is a very poor chance of the Atlantic being affected by a major tropical cyclone or hurricane. As a matter of fact, the Hurricane Center has downgraded its forecast for the hurricane season because of the El Nino. And it's real because so far, Andrew, we had no hurricane yet in the Atlantic. We had 2 or 3 very, very minimal storms. And what we notice happening right now, there's a system coming up with a 60% chance of development. As it reaches closer, the chances diminish. Because the El Nino will produce what we call sharing. It provide a hostile condition which will inhibit development. The Pacific, however, has really recorded about 12 named storms. So that's evidence that the El Nino is here. But 12 named storms, I think 2 of them major. Right now, if you look at the Pacific map, there's about 6 systems out there that there's about 6 systems out there just about to develop. Okay, so there is Lala, which is a tropical storm. It was a hurricane. It weakened. Then we have Iseli, which is now has become post-tropical. We have a system with a please note the amount of system. We have one with something like a 20% chance of developing. We have one with an 80%. We have one with a 90%, and another with an 80%. That is in the Pacific.
That's all in the Pacific, right?
All in the Pacific.
Okay, so it's basically no danger to us.
No danger to us.
Okay, great.
And
I didn't want to scare our people.
And then we go to the Atlantic. There's one in the Atlantic with a 70% chance of developing. But when we look at the discussion say it has a minimal chance of developing into a tropical cyclone or a storm, a named storm. And if it does, it will be short-lived. And this system is very far off. So it may develop into a storm by weekend, and by 2-3 days, it will diminish as it reaches hostile condition, and by that time it would not make any landfall. So that is the positive news.
All right, but so let me ask you this, Whitey. What should be done at this time? Because we're looking at the effects next year, God's will, correct?
Yes.
Of El Nino. What should we be doing as a nation, as a country, as a people? What should we be doing now in an effort to mitigate against the effects of the little boy?
Well, that's the meat of my delivery. Because I'm looking at what the other islands are doing. Jamaica, Antigua, St. Kitts. One of the decisions they have taken already is to install or put on hold or standby so that they can deploy at short notice desalination plants. They're already working on that. My first suggestion that government should appoint a committee to advise them on decisions to take. And my suggestion is that committee should come from the Met Office, the Director of Operations at the airport, the Land Use Division Agriculture, NAWASA, NADMA, Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, the Health Ministry, and the Fire Department. I'm patterning that after the composition we had when we were in a process of doing a drought policy as a team that we had drafted. Now, one of the advice I will give the government right up. Ministry of Agriculture. We know this around June, July, August is time to plant trees. Cocoa, nutmeg, orange, whatever there is in the propagator.
Cinnamon, don't forget.
Cinnamon, yeah.
Yes.
Coffee.
Coffee too.
Yeah, coffee, etc., etc., etc.
etc.
Marijuana.
Yes, well, right. You got it right, bro. You got it there.
So the Ministry of Agriculture, through the Extension Officer, should liaise with, especially Land Use Division and the Met Office, which look at the data now, sir, and look at the area where the rainfall has been more encouraging. For example, straight off Andre, you know St. Patrick's, Upper St. John, the mountain area, Mount Rule. This area will be able to take some cocoa and nutmeg plants. But in my area, for example, Lower Snell Hall, Mali area, which is traditionally dry, the Ministry of Agriculture should not issue plants to these farmers. So try and issue the larger plants. And the smaller one, keep them in the nursery and treat them, take good care of them so that they can be used next year. And this is very important, because a plant costs between $30 and $40 to produce. And government give it to farmers $1.50, 50 cents according to the type of plant. And we cannot afford that losses. And I'm speaking as a Grenadian. You know, sometimes people say we talk politics and we talk selfish. We're speaking about concern Grenadian. We cannot afford those losses. So the Ministry of Agriculture should take a selective approach in distributing plant. So that means they will have to visit the farm. The other advice I will give is that the government have to start producing some ice to help the poultry farmers, so they can put some ice through the Ministry of Fisheries. If they have extra ice, they could put it in a tank, for example, whenever the heat wave is on, to keep the water cool for the farmers. Farmers can't afford to make ice to be difficult. NAWASA should encourage Grenada Resort to invest in a desal plant. And NAWASA and the government of Grenada should invest in 3 desal plants. One for the St. David's Hotel Belt, one for the South Hotel Belt along with the airport, and one for maybe the ministries and the hospital. And even though they're not deployed now, make arrangement that it can be deployed, procured and deployed at very short notice. And I'm saying that, for example, with my knowledge of the airport, if airport water goes under 75,000 gallons, they have to close. And this is very important because there will be the possibility that during the dry season, there will be an increase in bushfire. Also, Andrew, you have to keep in mind that the 2025 wet season, the rainfall was below normal. And 2026 dry season was pretty bad. We haven't recovered it. You live close to a river, and the river is very, very low. We are in the 3rd month of the wet season, and none of the river has had a swollen bank. And then we have a lot of pumps on the river for agricultural purposes. Less river going into the lagoon area is not good for juvenile fishes and for hatchlings. And you must remember, our rivers are used for sporting, for washing, the domestic purpose and agriculture purpose. And what you have to keep in mind, you look at activities like people go to see Annandale Fall or Seven Sister Fall. Already the government is planning to take water from Seven Sister Fall without the necessary data. And then we have river tubing. And when does all this activity coincide with a tourism or cruise ship business is basically in the dry season. One of the things that are forecasting that the dry season will start as early as October.
You mean
also,
like October now?
Yes, dry season will start.
Jeez.
Now, one of the things the Ministry of Agriculture extension officers could do could encourage rain-fed farmers, that is farmers that do not have pump and do not use water from NAWASA, but depending on rain, to be selective in the planting. One of the things I suggest is you could plant more sweet potatoes, because sweet potato is a crop. Once it catch in spring, you don't mind the dry season. It will bear and it will be even more sweet. But rain-fed farmers, watermelon will be a challenge. Okra will be a challenge. Corn will be a challenge. And when a farmer, say 2-3 acres of watermelon and he's rain-fed, and he's lost that, it's a serious, serious loss. So the farmers, the extension officer will have to work with the farmers to be very selective in what it plant. As a matter of fact, I have 2 portion of corn. I usually do corn last year. I did a lot of corn.
Yeah.
And I've lost a portion already. Because that area is still all areas more dry and basically all of them shrivel up. And the Mali area, my area I'm talking about, Macville, I will get some. I look at it yesterday when I finished doing the second cleaning, and they look pretty okay. The ears would not be big as last year, but I will get some. And then I said I should have planted more sweet potato because I have a piece of sweet potato. So this is kind of advice the Ministry of Agriculture need to give the farmers. So I said when government set up the...
You're saying in essence here that we're not doing anything. Is that correct?
If they are doing anything, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. Dr. Antoine, you're going to say something. I could see it.
Yeah, I wanted to make reference to the issue of NAWASA and the government's probably taking measure to store more of the natural spring water we have that just runs off into the sea on a daily basis during the rain season. And I'm making specific, I think he alluded to the need for water preservation, I suspect, in a general sense. And so here is where I believe strongly that every play field should become a huge water reservation tank. I just wanted to add that as one possible...
How do you do this playing field?
Simple.
Yeah.
Dig it up, build a tank, line it with enamel, food grade enamel that is, of course. Fill it up and have your water being transmitted from there when needed.
Yeah, but you can't do 4 because you're already on the sea level there.
You could do anything you want. There are techniques and technologies and skilled personnel who are capable of setting up booms that protect from water inflow into areas that you don't want water. That's how they build bridges. Yeah.
But
sorry.
Why is this making any sense here? Dig up your playing fields and make it into water tanks and then plant by the grass and play on top of it again. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely.
Well, my knowledge of the science does not allow me to comment. But what I'm saying is that when I laugh at what Dr. Antoine said, a guy told me that the late Eric Matthew says, the difficult we do now.
Yes.
The impossible will start tomorrow.
Yeah. It may just take a little bit longer when it will happen.
One of the points I want to make too that because we had El Nino, that doesn't mean no rainfall. It will be reduced rainfall. So, for example, this morning we had a nice shower. Now, what we could encourage is that schools and other public property, especially health centers, water harvesting should be encouraged, especially for cleaning, because they'll need a lot of water for cleaning. And even your private homes, one of the things this committee should advise the government, that the government make water tanks duty-free for the period of El Nino. Encourage people to buy water tanks. So reduce or remove the duty inclusive of VAT on the water tanks. And if you get the company like NAWASA to help people to do installation. Because the small amount of water that we may have. Because again, one of the things you have to prepare, we look at Limne, and it's a very huge investment from what I see on Facebook. And I applaud that. It used to be very good. But Carrico is inherently, I know in the past, whenever a dry season, not as bad as what we expect, people go to Carrico and buy cattle and sheep and goats very cheap because the farmers have to sell them out because they cannot feed them and give them water. So I don't know what plan. The ministry must put a plan in place to barge water into Carrico for these animals and maybe start putting away fodder. That's one of the problems we have in Grenada here. I see people cut grass, for example. You cut grass for playing field, you cut grass everywhere. And just sit and dry. You go to Barbados, they cut it and leave it on the ground and let it start drying. A machine will pick it up, bundle it, and store it. Yeah. But we don't store fodder. We have crops, for example, cane, riverine cane. This is very, very good fodder. We have to store that. We have a lot of farmers, for example, doing corn. And any farmer doing corn and then doing sheep, it's wasting time. Corn is excellent fodder.
Yeah, but you ain't doing sheep?
I'm not doing corn to that extent. I'm talking about doing acres of corn.
Okay.
So then, this is excellent fodder. So in addition, for the farming Carriacou, they have to start training. A lot of animals is not trained on eating this preserved dry grass, what we call like hay. But we have to start feeding them on that so that they can survive. Because I'm telling you, it will be a challenge. Also, parents will start helping the children in terms of staying hydrated. Because I tell you, even me, the amount of water I consume now is more than ever. Because the throat feels very, very, very dry. And I even speak to some of the guys, they don't want to hear that, but you see the hard alcohol?
Yeah.
Somebody, I cannot tell them to drink. Somebody might vex with me if I say drink less.
Nobody be vexed.
But it's true. When you drink alcohol, staying hydrated is very, very, very important. For example, now, you don't get me to drink any alcohol during the day. Maybe late in the evening when the sun goes down, and take a drink.
When you need it.
So we have to be conscious of our health. Doctors have to be prepared to treat people for heat stroke, etc. So it's a very, very trying situation, and I believe it will help. It will help. So,
White, you mentioned schools. Did you mention schools here?
yeah.
And again, it goes back to the water tanks and to what we are expecting next year, God's will. And we have seen occasions this year already when I think that McDonald College had to, maybe for what, half a day or a day or so, had to shut its doors because of a water problem. But what you're speaking of here could mean rationing of water based on what we have available in St. Patrick, because we don't necessarily have these massive storage tanks. I think we have one now in the Peggy's Rim area. Not too sure how big it is. But should we be looking right now at developing water tanks, maybe the black storage tanks, or maybe excavation on school property and building tanks, cisterns like we have in Carriacou, and using pumps so that you can have both situation where you have the water from Nawasa coming in, and probably you have another one that you have water for whatever amount of rain that you can harvest. Are we looking that we should be doing things like that at this particular point in time? And maybe we should put this in the supplementary budget that I hear intends to come?
Okay, good idea. Because one of the things, Andrew, you grew in High Street, and we know McDonald College never had a problem for water. McDonald College had a system that was constructed by Errol Postle many years ago, in the 60s. And McDonald College have enough land to build, with the help of government, a massive system. And not only to help the school, maybe even help the community, because I know people from the community used to get some water from McDonald College. But the system has been destroyed by roots from neighboring trees. It got busted and they had to condemn it. So this is something they should think about reconstructing. I agree that 100%. We should think of reconstructing that system. With help of government, please, they could work on that. Because you can go days without food, not water. Water is very, very, very essential. It's close, just like the air you breathe. So you have to be using water. So that is something they could think about with the schools that doesn't have much lands. They will get the black tanks, but schools that have vast acreage like McDonald College, they should think of reconstructing the system.
Yeah, McDonald College, even Montrose has the ability to do something like that. I believe that they might, not a lot, but they might just have a plot of land where they can put the tanks. And you need the tanks, especially for the use of for health purposes. The use of the toilets, and so you need to have the tanks. One may be able to purchase a bottle of water, but a bottle of water is not going to flush a toilet.
But you have to keep in mind too, Andre, the companies that bottle in water, will be under stress likewise. Already, since before Carnival, I have ordered some water from the suppliers and I can't get it.
I just think that is management. That is about management. You cannot. I mean, let's look at it and look at it straight up. You have a situation where your water, all of them, their water does not dry up. Their water does not dry up. It's not a situation that, okay, some giant come and they switch off the water so you can't get water for 12 hours. The water flows 24/7, 365, 48/4. It flows. And you telling me that you can't bottle enough water in a place like Grenada? You can't bottle enough water? It has to do with management. It can't have anything else. It has to do with management. You need to management and probably storage too. And in what's her name's case, what's her name? Montpio, has to do with roads. Because she continues to complain that her roads are not good. And it's not necessarily her, meaning the company alone, using the roads. Other farmers in the area use the roads too. So roads, get the roads done. And as you said, the government, and this is not, and I pray that no one sees that or feels that we are attacking government. But if you feel so that's your business, you can say that about Andre. Don't say that about Whiten and Twine here. But government, as you said, we are at this particular point in time. You have not heard, I have not heard, I don't know if Dr. Twine has heard about Grenada putting anything in place as it relates to El Nino. We're not even putting things in place, or are we putting things in place for elections silently? And we're not doing, we need to do El Nino.
All I saw, Andre, the minimum is that a statement from Nawasa asking people to be water-wise.
Let me
That's
tell you
an
something.
annual thing, you know.
That is an annual thing. That's one. That's an annual thing.
No, I'll tell you. What happened?
Nawasa.
The quote from the okay, so they took the statement from the Met Office about the El Nino. And they say in the light of the El Nino, they're asking people to be conscious of the situation. And as far as I'm concerned, that's nothing.
Well, I was just going to tell you that Nawasa is a waste of time. They say that every year in relation to one's usage of water. And they themselves need to start practicing. Because when you have a situation, Whitey, where a pipe would burst in an area, break in an area, and it takes Nawasa 2 days to get there, to have that repaired done, it just doesn't make sense. And then you want to kill me if I wash down my vehicle. And then again, you don't wait until the time comes to start telling people, well, you need to use a bucket of water to wash down your vehicle and not necessarily use the hose. You don't wait until the time comes to tell them. You start educating them now. And these are things that Nawasa should be taking, as you said, Nawasa should be taking, and the Ministry of Health. They should be taking the lead on this. This is their baby. Take the lead on it and do something about it. But as you've said.
Well, Andrew, if you look at preparation, let me make some point to you. Nawasa said they have to like ghost losses, pipe that is leaking underground, which you do not know about. So there's replacing pipes. And we had the inconvenience, and we bore the inconvenience of laying the pipes in setters. But the pipes that was laid in setters is what we call transmission pipe. So the distribution pipe is not hooked up to that yet. So as far as I'm concerned, so we have these pipes of no use at this time.
So where is it transmitting to?
Let me bring some reality. No, it's a transmit. That when they use a big pipe from where to where. But distribution is when they hook you up now and me up on that new pipe. But no customer is hooked up on that new pipe yet. Now let me bring something to you which people don't understand is that at this point in time, Nawasa is still depending on gravity feeding. And let's look at the reality of gravity feeding. If water is doing meter, what they call them, valve regulation. And it says, Sutters, we're giving you water for 2 hours. I'm telling you, at your studio at Real FM, you would not get water. Because gravity flow means it has to go right down to the lowest point.
And
when
then
it reaches down in low down down there, and everybody starts filling up. And when it reaches up to you, the height, you have to come upstairs. By the time the 2 hours cut off, that water would not reach Real FM. So now I still have to be modernized. And let me look at an example. Transmission and distribution, same thing in Grand Lake. You and me, we get, all household, we get 240 volts, which is single phase for domestic use.
Mm-hmm.
But Grand Lake drives the current years ago at 11,000 volts. So to get rid of line loss. As we have more development, they have moved to 22,000 volts. Really transmitting at 2,000 volts to drive the system. You and I, in a condition, I just try to remind you, when at the Grenada Resort, Mr. Hoston is the chief engineer in Grenada. He look at the area, and already he start planning the size of the line they will have to start sending up. This is what you call planning. But you have a company like Nawasa where you're seeing development. A hotel like 5-star doesn't take weeks to build. It was in planning, it was in development stage, it was in construction stage. You as a water utility company, you have to start putting measures in place for that. Nawasa hasn't stepped up to the plate, and I'm saying that with no apology. I've said it many times that when I was at the office, I attended a program every week. We had meeting called something climate change, I remember. But at the end of the day, all the equipment I got was from Nawasa to do stream gauging. The equipment was so important that during COVID, they got the RSS aircraft to deliver it to the airport. I called Nawasa, they collect it. But to the best of my knowledge, I hope I'm wrong, this equipment haven't been installed yet. So Nawasa is moving water from rivers to dam without the knowledge of how much they have, how much they lose through evapotranspiration, how much they lose through seepage. There is no management of the watershed. If you go to Nawasa office right on the garden Sutters, there is an evaporation pan there. That should be installed close to the watershed so that you can know how much water you lose. Your rainfall tell you how much you gain. Evapotranspiration and other factors, stream gauges, will tell you how much you lose. So you'll know, you'll be able to do a water budget to know the highs and the lows. The high in your wet season and the low in your dry season. So that if you have to extract water for domestic purposes, you know which river you can extract the water from. But that scientific methodology is distant from Nawasa. Sad to say it, but I have to say it.
But it is true. Dr. Antoine, you were going to say something.
I wanted to make a few points
in
support on Mr. White's comments. And the first thing I want to say is if you could build a small tank, you can build a huge one. It's a matter of skill up, right? And engineering powers and knowledge and skills, which we tend to lack here in Grenada, I think, for the most part. Two. We have everyday runoff from our rivers. Most of our rivers are natural spring sources. And we have runoff of thousands, if not millions of gallons of water every day, if not every year, into the sea. That water can be, most of it, or a lot of it can be harnessed and stored in water tanks, huge water tanks, reservoirs that we can build. The challenge we have here is we tend to be reactive as opposed to proactive. And by reactive, I mean we respond to situations when they arise as opposed to taking a situation where we plan, like he's referring to earlier on, do some planning, foresee the possibilities 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, and put measures in place to assist mitigation of problems. And the issue of climate change is something that he isn't really specifically said, but in essence, I think the El Nino is described as an outcome of the climate change that we've been experiencing. But I remember there was a point in time when the Eric Gary used to say, carry a tree to Carriacou. And he was right. Trees encourage rainfall. Yeah. We have been destroying a lot of trees in the name of development, but we've not been replanting trees. We lost a lot of trees during the hurricanes Beryl and Ivan, and a lot of those trees are still struggling to regain their footing. And so we have to have proactive measures to reforest our forests, right? Encourage planting of trees in the neighborhoods, in the tongues, so that we could green the tongues, and encourage the planting of trees in Carriacou. So if every person going to Carriacou carries a tree like Gary once asked us to do, it would help. But we have been too reactive over the years, and we need to begin to start thinking ahead, and the planning of for future situations becomes essential. And I think that's what Mr. White is saying. Planning is something that we're very weak at. But also I must point out to Mr. White that even when we make plans, sometimes more often than not, we tend to be very weak at implementation of those plans. So yeah, most of what he said I would agree with. And I think we need to be more proactive as regards the issue of water management as opposed to being reactive.
Why?
Yes, quite agree. But one thing I want to remind Dr. Antoine, storage of water must be backed by the data. Because one of the things you have to do, you have to protect your marine ecosystem. So not every gallon that goes downstream you can save. But excellent idea. Especially when you save it untreated, you still will have to treat it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have places like Jamaica, for example, will dam and save untreated water. And this will go straight to farmers at a different price. Because the cost of water is basically its treatment. So that's right, you can save water. And even we haven't started, even as we said, just because the playing field, but look at artificial lakes. There's a project, as far as I know, it was written up by a gentleman in the University of McGill. I was privileged to see it, where you take water from Highgate and bring to artificial. One of the gentlemen came to me and there was no data. He said, we can't go and interfere the rivers. You see, you interfere something without the knowledge and you spoil it. So we come back to data. We are not collecting data. Now there's a branch of meteorology called hydrology, and that is housed in NAWASA. You have senior technician and junior technician. One of the senior technician that's trained together with me, because we have to do certain subjects together, is from Victoria. He was so disappointed with NAWASA because NAWASA never saw the value of the science. And he was paid, basically should be on par with me. And he was paid about 25% of what I got. So he left. And almost everybody who is trained in hydrological services, they are leaving because the services is not appreciated. They does not understand hydrology. And that is why we have a guy, the last junior technician was trained. He's not in the department again. He's fixing pipe. So instead of going about and taking the data and compiling the data and making analysis and looking at correlation, no. As a matter of fact, there's a number of equipment that is installed, Baltazar, Riva, etc., and it's under the hands of NAWASA. And when I was in charge of the Met Office, we went and make a visit. And the guy said, well, they're not working. I said, why? Well, we didn't put battery in them. I said, battery? So what you're saying, it is below the catchment point.
Mm-hmm.
So it does move for early warning. You will get it on your phone that Baltazar is rising. But the technician was there and he said, no. If it's below the catchment point, you can have the data and correlate it. And based on the data you have, the science is available statistically to tell you what is happening upstream. Mr. Donald, as soon as I went to the office, I forgot the guy. I write a requisition and send in Napa and get batteries for all the equipment. There's two somewhere in the Baltazar Bridge. We have one on where the Mellows restaurant somewhere there, they call it, We have there. We have a rain gauge on the closure tank. We have on the barrack bridge. Several equipment is done.
But
If you
are they
ever go to,
working? But you don't even know if they're working right now.
I don't know. You go Samaritan River, there is one there that look at the river level. You have one on Bonner River, but since they had to move it for the bridge, so the Met Office, I had to get the Met Office to take over all these equipment and start putting batteries on them. Because quote me, now as I refuse to buy the batteries to put on this equipment, which could help them develop the science and do adequate planning.
I agree.
Battery is not water.
Data collection is a major weakness we have here in Grenada, specifically, I am aware of, not just in the area of our water resources, but in the area of agriculture, specifically, for example, and even our educational system. And yes, I think data collection needs to be something to be addressed kind of like urgently. It's a science, right?
Yes.
And it's the basis upon which a lot of scientific decisions are made. But guess what? How do we make decisions, Mr. White, when we don't have data? And so we have to lay an emphasis on encouraging our various institutions to begin in a scientific way to gather data so that the data can later on be used for planning purposes. Yeah, so I agree with that factor. But it remains a major weakness that we have in our society, and it needs to be addressed urgently, like yesterday or like yesterday.
Okay, Andre.
Yeah.
I've tried to get some information from the Met Office, and I just get it. Reference to our rainfall.
Mm-hmm.
In June 2026, we had 89.9 millimeters of rainfall. Right? And the average for June, the 30-year average, is 26.5 millimeters. So that is way below average. July, we had 130, so July is pretty good, 136.4 millimeters, and the average is 123. In August, up to present, we only had 69.4 millimeters of rainfall, and the average is 142.6. And effectively, you could say that August is over. And they sent a note for me. From January to July, only 2 months, the rainfall went over the long-term average. So all the other months. So January to July is 7 months. So we have 5 months of below average rainfall. And that qualifies it already as a meteorological drought. Now, I want to take some props here. Now, when we speak about our average, in data, weather, climate data collection, the minimum to get the average from is 30 years. So we call it a climatological standard normal. Fortunately, at Point Selling, we have that well quality check and control and available 30 years, a 30-year period, and we are now in the second 30-year period. So what we are doing now, we are not building, I say we, I'm not digging, but they are not building the second, what you call, climatological standard normal. Unfortunately, the other institutions don't have that kind of data. And we have it properly digitized, so I was able to get into that data. So already we can see that the little boy is here. El Nino. Little boy is here. And we have to work with him.
YG, I didn't even take the news break because we were so engrossed in this, and I
well, that's news.
Yeah, I want us to wrap this segment here, but I want to wrap it on Dr. Ndwan. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question
Sure,
as to where all are the points in Grenada that we collect rainfall data. Do we only collect the data at Point Saline, or do we have in Granitown?
Unfortunately, the government presently only invests the Point Saline into the Met Office. They give us, we can get the orders from Ministry of Agriculture and Land Use Division, but it is not very reliable data. I'll give you my reason. There is the Mount Royal Snell area, there is 2 rain gauge. One run by NASA, one run by the Ministry of Agriculture. And the story has been totally different. Moncton, no, the story is totally different. I wanted to investigate it. What I believe happened is that there's two sides of rain gauges, a 5-inch gauge and an 8-inch gauge. So if you take a 5-inch cylinder to read an 8-inch gauge, you end up in another error. So closely related to data, and this have to publish it and send it out, and we haven't seen it, is your metadata. Your metadata is your data about your data. In other words, Andre wants to put a rain gauge in the back of Real FM, fine. But his metadata will say what type of rain gauge. Is it a Casella manufactured? It also will tell you is it a 5-inch or 8-inch. What cylinder are you using? Is it a tapered cylinder or is it a flat base? Also, does the location meet all the standards of the World Meteorological Organization? If not, what's the difference? In other words, if there is a tree close to it, you have to state it, which is your metadata. So I'm telling you point blank, data from the Ministry of Agriculture Land Use Division and NAWASA is not very reliable. We take it and we look at it, but we have to look at it with a caution. But the school in Barbados, and a site I want people to get, cimh.edu.bb. You can get so much information there. They do the drought monitoring for Grenada and the precipitation outlook, but they only do it by using the data from Point Selling, because that's the data that is read by professionals, and that's the one they have confidence in. What has to be done? Government has taken one step already to become a member of WMO. They'll have to do like Guyana and Jamaica and build what you call an NHNS, National Meteorological and Hydrological Services. So the hydrology service that is under NAWASA will come under that umbrella body, and the people that read the data in Land Use Division will also come under that body. And while I was there, one of the suggestions that government made what you call a quasi-statutory body, a very small statutory body, with government making a contribution, NAWASA making a contribution, airport making a contribution. That body does not have to get their own board. They could piggyback with another board. They could work on a NAWASA board or on the airport board. So all the data can be verified properly, and then the confidence in the data will be there. Because the always Point Selling is being one of the driest point. You also have to take the precipitation outlook with a bit of factor it. So we know if they say it's normal rainfall at Point Selling based on the data, well, we know up to the mountain will get abnormal or above normal. So that's one of the challenges that they have now. I tried correcting it, and I hope the competent guys which I've left there can work on it, and I believe they will.
If you were to make 3 sentences turn into a paragraph here, White, as it relates to what should the country be doing now to mitigate against harsh effects of El Nino, what would that be?
Simple. Set up the committee, as I've said. Let them meet, make a recommendation to government, and do a lot of PR. Basically that.
Are you prepared to be part of that committee?
If asked, I'll try, but I don't think it's necessary, because I said I did not mention individual as members, but departments. So the Met Office has the kind of personnel. I know NAWAS have the kind of personnel, and NADMA have the personnel. Once they meet and you give them the terms of reference, and they report to you, and you act.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Real FM, of course, is always willing to do what it can so as to assist the citizens of this nation to have better lifestyles. You have the expertise. You know how to get the information. I know you're retired now, but is it possible for you to do a 3-minute piece as it relates to El Nino once a week? You do a 3-minute piece, maybe you type it and put it together and give it to to us to read, or you read it yourself, you come here and you read it yourself. And we make that piece an integral part of one of our newscasts, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whichever one. We make it an integral part, so it becomes part of the evening edition of news, so that people would have information as it relates to what is coming, because we're not paying attention. You just said we needed to have a lot of publicity. This is our opportunity, meaning Real FM. We are going to take the opportunity now to lead here, as we've always led in most things, to lead here and have that at least once a week. Would you be able to help us, or would you be able to put that together, hand it to us, so that we can decide, okay, fine, we get this every Wednesday because it is for Thursday's news?
Yes, that can be done.
I
But
know
I
it
will not
could be
do it
done.
on my own. I will do it in collaboration with the Met Office. There are some guys down there that is very enthusiastic. I know Dion has been putting out some of the things I am reposting. Dion Bido has been doing some nice little caps, so just encapsulating the fine points of El Nino. So once I talk to them, they could get that and send it to you. I think that is very, very necessary and possible.
Would we have, because I know a lot of times one has to go through a lot of colored tape. There's not red tape anymore. It's all sorts of different colored tapes comes up, in relation to getting things like this done. That's why I said you.
Real FM is part of NADMA, eh?
No.
Whether you want to believe it or not.
No.
The Act say that every media house come under the subcommittee of the Public Awareness and Education Subcommittee.
Real FM can only be part of something if you get invited to attend meetings and whatever in relation.
This is something I want to work on.
To something. I mean, we don't get invitations, so don't come and tell me that we're part of something. I am part of.
No. What I'm saying is that. Let me just select the right word, especially when speaking to somebody like you.
Selected.
Real FM has the right to participate in all the activities of the committee.
The only right? No, we don't have that right now. Boss. If we had that right, it would have been exercised a long time ago. No, but seriously, now NADMA doesn't even inform us if they have something. Because NADMA know either see them storing water in sunshine. In plastic bottles. They know how to see that, so they don't want me to talk to them. But no, we're here, we're willing to do our bit. Hey, send us the
But you don't go to no red tape or colored tape to get the news. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a news item.
Okay. Mr. White, I leave that in your hands. I expect that will be a program that will be included in our evening edition of news on Thursdays. I expect by Monday of this week, you telling me, yes, we are on stream, and we'll get the first set of information, which we can take to the...
And what's the length you think that was? Just a bit?
2.5, 3 minutes of information is pretty good.
All right.
Yeah. White, thank you so very much for this morning. The conversation is open, meaning that I'm not going to close this one. If you see any changes and anytime you believe that we need to be updated, feel free to give me a call and let's see how we can work on deciphering information. Yeah.
I will.
Okay, then take care, man. Thank you. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. We will be back. Stay with us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
From Grenada to the wider Caribbean, this is Triple N News, your trusted source for the latest stories shaping our communities. We'll have the details when we return.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hello and welcome back. I am your presenter, Peter Joseph. The Grenada Ports Authority is advising the public of an early closure of its sheds and warehouses across the island this Thursday, August 27th. The closure will affect the main port facilities, as well as the outstations in Grenville and Tyrrell Bay. The authority says the closure will allow customs and excise staff to attend the funeral service of their colleague, Kathy Ann Baptiste, who served as a customs guard. All services will close at 12 noon and are expected to resume on Friday, August 28th at 8 a.m. The Ports Authority is apologizing for any inconvenience and is asking the public for its understanding. In the region, in Antigua and Barbuda, the Ministry of Agriculture launched its first children's book with support from the Ministry of Education. The book was officially launched in St. John's on Wednesday, as the ministry seeks to introduce young readers to agriculture and its importance from an early age. Details in this Halsha Humphreys report.
The Ministry of Agriculture launched The Little Seed That Could by Tyreek Thomas Horsford on Wednesday morning, the first book in its series.
We at the Ministry of Agriculture, Land, Fisheries and the Blue Economy felt that it was our responsibility and priority to ensure that adequate information is disseminated on a timely basis and the relevant material produced shared whenever possible. The Ministry of Agriculture, with the support and the blessings of the Ministry of Education, intends to publish more related topics of the sector.
The series is aimed at young children, including infants and toddlers.
This book is a simplistic way of teaching our young ones about the processes pertaining to cultivation, propagation, and patience. In closing, I am pleased to announce that the second book is already on its way, and hopefully by January 2027, our next contribution and donation to the ministry and to the education journey will be made.
400 copies were donated to the Ministry of Education.
The Ministry of Education is very honored that we would continue to collaborate with the Ministry of Agriculture, and that we see the importance of not only connection but a tangible gift as this donation of a book. So the ministry is very grateful that you would consider us, that you would impact our future generation with a book that's relatable, something that the students will see. It's very beautiful, and as you get a chance to see it, our students and our teachers, you're going to be excited.
Bino George says the books will be available both in print and online.
And in sports, Tim Seifert hit the first century of the CPL season as St. Lucia Kings defeated Trinbago Knight Riders by 36 runs at Queen's Park Oval. Seifert smashed an unbeaten 105 off 61 balls, helping the Kings post 211 for 4. Kamal Purin and John Campbell also made valuable contributions, while Cherith Azalenka added a late 33. TKR mounted a strong chase, with Colin Munro scoring 48 and Kieran Pollard blasting 65 off 26 balls. However, Roston Chase turned the game in the Kings' favor with 3 wickets in 1 over, as TKR were unable to complete the chase. This ends the latest news update as produced by Triple N. Thanking you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
A new school year means new opportunities, but it also means new expenses. From uniforms and books to laptops, transportation and school supplies, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited is here to help. Apply for a back-to-school loan and give your child the confident start they deserve with affordable financing and friendly service from the credit union you know and trust. Visit your nearest Grenville Cooperative Credit Union branch or call us today for more information. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited, helping members build brighter futures, one school year at a time.
From the north, covering south, east, and west. This is Real FM.
Step into a world where confidence feels like silk and elegance follows you like a shadow in the night. At Lume Noir, every piece is crafted to captivate. Bold, refined, and irresistibly sophisticated, from the deep midnight tones to the gold accents that whisper luxury. This is fashion designed to turn every entrance into a moment where desire live unforgettable. Own the night with Lume Noir. Explore the full collection at lumenoir.store.
Made for sun, made for rain, made to last. You make Caribbean, Berger in any weather. Caribbean comfort, bringing you closer. Made for sun, made for rain, made for fun. You make Caribbean.
Berger, made for the Caribbean.
Berger paints for lasting beauty and protection.
Classic Furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada? Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel and our showroom on Ben Jones Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there is only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your needs with utmost care. So give us a call today and put your furniture woes to rest. Classic Furniture, where love and luxury is combined to provide the ultimate satisfaction. Call us today on 442-4645. Classic Furniture.
Let us take you on a journey like no other. From the south, the east, the west, and finally the north, where the real fun begins. Real FM.
For 40 years, Answer Coatings Grenada has been part of your story. More than paint, it's pride and care in every drop. As the proud manufacturers of Sissons and Berger paint, we've protected your homes and communities for generations. Answer Coatings Grenada Limited, 40 years strong, 40 years trusted. A legacy in every drop.
Hurricane season is here, and the best time to prepare is before a storm is on the horizon. Every day you prepare before a storm is a day your family is better protected. With the Weather in the Storm loan from the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited, you can finance the improvements that help safeguard what matters most: roof repairs, hurricane shutters, generators, water storage systems, and other essential supplies to keep your family safe and secure. Don't wait until a storm is on the way. Prepare today and enjoy competitive rates, flexible repayment options, and the friendly service you've come to trust. Visit your nearest Grenville Cooperative Credit Union branch or speak with a member of our friendly team to learn more about the Weathering the Storm loan facility. Protect your home, protect your family, prepare with confidence. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Together, we're stronger through every season.
Broadcasting from the historical Parish Main Street, Certez, to your home, vehicle, and office. Today's hit music on Real FM.
Back to school season is here, and Maya's collection has everything you need under one roof. We carry school uniforms for MacDonald College, St. Mark's Secondary, Montrose Secondary, and primary schools throughout St. Patrick. Uniforms for St. Joseph Convent Grenville are also available by special order. Complete your shopping with a wide selection of school shirts, vests, socks, belts, school bags, stationery, household items, and much more. To make shopping even easier, we accept government and Grand Coda vouchers. Visit Maya's collection on Main Street, Sotez. We open from Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, contact 473-449-6197. That's 449-6197. Maya's collection. Everything you need for school, your home, and your family, all in one convenient location. Maya's collection.
There is a difference between shopping and shopping well. For nearly 45 years, Calico has understood that difference. Because great shopping is not just about shelves, it's about standards. A place that feels safe, comfortable, and easy to enjoy. At Calico, quality is not hoped for, it is expected. More than a supermarket, Calico is your wholesale partner, your source for dependable hardware, quality appliances, and everyday household essentials. Families trust the name, businesses rely on the consistency, communities recognize the standard. And the best part? Value that is always practical, prices that are always fair, and deals that are always waiting for you. Because shopping should never feel uncertain, it should feel assured.
This is confidence. This is a legacy.
This is Calico.
Calico.
Your one-stop shop.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. A night for my night. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Ends to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. Andrew Dahl together with Dr. Antoine. And let me again thank Brother Hubert White for all the information he gave to us this morning. Quite a lot of information there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was quite a lot of information, scientific information at that, you know.
Yeah.
Which
he tickled your fancy. I know that's what you like to hear.
Yeah. It's one reason why I believe we need to encourage more science studies in our school. In fact, that reminds me, I think and I believe strongly we ought to have a Ministry of Science and Technology. And such information as Mr. White is discussed this morning, more of our people would have a better understanding of it, especially at the school levels. So that hydrology, for example, or meteorology would be some area of science career path for many of our students. But the question becomes, how many of our students are aware of the fact that meteorology is an area of science that could be pursued as a career?
Well, they can ask Hubert. Hubert is he's been a Met officer ever since the existence of Pearls Airport.
And here is where I think he, for example, should be invited every careers day to the various schools to talk about meteorology as a career path, And that's the kind of scientific professional skills we need to build within our society that we seem to be lacking seriously. But at the end of the day, to guide that process of building a science culture, I believe we need a Ministry of Science and Technology that is focused on building the science background for our society. At the end of the day, most countries that have developed in the last 25, 30, 40, 50 years developed precisely because of education within which science plays a major part.
I'll just name one country, Singapore.
Singapore is one, but you
I'll
have
just name one.
That's correct. Denmark is another one. Yeah. Or even Iran, for example. Yeah, and even the United States.
Holland.
Yeah, and so education and science are extremely important for social and economic development in any country, and so we remain agrarian and underdeveloped precisely because we do not have the right focus that we need to, an emphasis on the need for better quality, higher quality education and science and technology.
We still have our parents saying to the child, you could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor. That's it.
That may be the case. That's precise.
Tell me what other fields parents encourage the child to get into?
You're making a very valid point, but it is precisely for that reason why, if we have a Ministry of Science and Culture, we'll be able to educate the mass of our people about the area of sciences that are there that we as a people ought to be interested in. At the end of the day, the science is what's going to provide the foundation for building our society and developing our economy. And we remain underdeveloped precisely because science doesn't play a major role. In Denmark, for example, the chemical industry accounts for well over 50% of the gross domestic product. A population of 5 million people, but whose economy is heavily developed and based on the chemical industry. And education remains the foundation upon which everything is developed within that society. But that's the same thing for Iran. In Iran, they have tens of thousands of universities, which has provided them the technical basis for developing their societies over the years. Cuba has developed for the same reason, where they have a major emphasis on high quality education. And so while our parents might be saying, okay, law or medicine is the only path, that could change provided we have and we develop a science culture within our various societies. And I think that's important for us to begin to consider in a serious way, because it would take care of the problem, in part, that Mr. White is referring to, data collection. Data forms a major basis for scientific decisions.
We don't have much time. I want to talk about coffee collection.
Oh. Go right ahead.
Doc,
Yes.
I know you said last week you're going to bring coffee. And,
Yes.
and you lived up. You did bring the coffee.
Well, thank you.
Locally grown?
Yes, locally grown. All grown by...
By you?
Yes, we grew it up in the Dry River area.
Okay. No, tell me about it. Tell me about that coffee.
Well, over the last few years, we've been trying to get... we got some coffee plants from the Maribor area. The first time we got the large seeds, the Arabica, I think. They couldn't tell me exactly what was the variety anyway. And then I was so excited about the quality that I said, okay, let me get some more, I went back and I got another set of coffee, but those were of the smaller seed varieties. And they too are good. The only challenge with them is the processing by hand. So if they're mechanically processed, then that would be easier for us. The long and short is this, that we have the two varieties of coffees that we've been harvesting for the last few years. And as we harvest them, we try to process them. So which is why I'm trying to move into the area of coffee processing as part of the Isle of Spice Flavors endeavors. The Isle of Spice Flavors is the one that focuses on the spices and essential oils. Okay, And so the coffee would be part of that program. One of the things I became fascinated with the coffee is the fact that when I go into the field and it's in bloom, it's just amazing, the beauty of the aroma of the flowers. And you feel like in heaven.
You smell the coffee?
No, you smell the fragrance of the flowers in the field. And it's a beautiful fragrance. It's kind of like a perfume that you just feel you want to bathe yourself in. And so that, for example, is something that can be collected from a flower plant, from the flowers of the plant, and also harvested and put through the process of distillation or extraction. So what I want to encourage now is we're trying to get some more plants into the field, but I encourage all farmers who have coffee plants in the field to feel free to contact us and make available to us the coffee beans, which we'll purchase, hopefully at a reasonable price. But more importantly, to encourage them to tend to the plants and plant more of the coffee. Any of the spices, pimento, ginger, tonka bean, sapot, all those spices are things we'd be interested in. And ultimately, the hope is that more of our farmers can see greater benefit from their actively producing those crops.
Maribor gives out a lot of plants, or sells a lot of plants.
Yeah.
Do they sell things like the sapot and the tonka bean and these trees? Do they sell these trees?
Yes, they do, but the sapot is a very small quantity produced, and I don't know why. And so I've gotten a few trees, and the one thing I've found out is that they struggle to grow apparently up in the warm, moist areas, but they tend to do better in the lowland areas. Okay, so in the Lardic area, we have the trees seem to be doing better than those up in the Dry River area. And so that's something we need more plants to, for the field. But I'll encourage farmers in the low-lying areas to embark on planting some more sapot trees. Not only that, the sapot produces a fruit, a very beautiful pink fruit, fairly large size,
edible?
Very edible. In fact, when I first tasted it, I was amazed. It's a pink flesh fruit similar to the sapodilla. It's much bigger than the sapodilla, right? It has one large seed inside. Unlike the sapodilla, it has many small black seeds.
Black seeds, yeah.
And the flesh is very, very sweet.
And that seed can be used for something or no?
Of course, the sapot is what they use to put in cakes.
So the seed is what comes from the fruit?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I thought it was just a kernel that you just...
Yeah, no, the seed comes from the sapot fruit.
From the fruit.
And that fruit is edible, and the seed is a very good spice.
Is it a tree that I've never seen a sapot?
It's a tree that grows not much different. It's not it's just like the sapodilla grows, right?
Okay.
And I think most sapodillas seem to grow and do better in the lowlands than in the highlands, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong about that. But the point is, the sapot tree can be grown and should be grown and be encouraged. And for some mysterious reason, we have been neglecting it over the years, just as we've been abandoning some of the tonka bean trees as well. Balthazar used to be filled with tonka bean trees. And I know for a fact that Dennis Noel, bless his soul, used to annually take his produce to the Chelsea Flower Show and sell his tonka beans to the Europeans. Yes. The European.
I didn't know that. I know you'd be gathering a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I didn't realize that you were selling the... Oh.
Yes. The Europeans are very fond of the tonka bean flavor, So we have to encourage our...
Can't you add tonka bean to coffee?
Oh, certainly. Just as you add hazelnut flavor to your coffee, so too you could add the tonka bean flavor. That will give you a rich, creamy character, not too much different from that of the vanilla flavor. You could add the vanilla flavor to your coffee.
So, what do? You roast the beans on your own, normal oven?
Yes, we roasted, not the normal oven, but the traditional roasting process. So traditionally, we in Grenada have been roasting cocoa, for example, in
a pot.
Yes. Well, we do the coffee the same way.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in a beautiful way. And so
with some sand?
No.
Sand is the corn.
No, you don't put corn in sand in corn.
Yeah, man.
No, you don't roast corn with sand in it. Not I'm aware of.
Yeah,
I'm not aware of putting sand in any
There's one of them
food.
that you do corn, man. There's one. You do the corn with the sand. There's one of them that you do the sand, and somebody will call in and say that I'm correct. Anyway, let's go.
Okay, yeah. So we roast it on the fireside using this huge pot, cast iron pot, and we slow roast it. The challenge we have is controlling the extent, temperature, and humidity of the roasting process to get various degrees of roast. So you have what you have here is a very mild roast, but you could also get a very dark roast coffee, And so I would be curious to know what's your response in terms of
I tell you,
the flavor that you just got from this coffee.
No, what you said to me that this is from the tree to the pot, grounded, no additives, right?
Correct. But the processing requires from the tree, removing the skin.
Yeah, well,
right?
The usual.
Drying the seeds, the beans, and then roasting them. Yes,
right. Yeah. So that process, no additives.
No additives.
Well, I tell you what. Now, based on what you've just said, for the first time in my life, today, what's the date? The 27th day of August, 2026. I've just tasted coffee.
Really?
Honestly, because I say this to you, I've never tasted anything like this before.
Well, thank you.
I've never tasted anything like this before. And if this is coffee beans that you planted, picked, dried, roasted, and grounded, and this morning come here and put it in your coffee thingy.
Coffee maker.
Coffee maker. If this is coffee, then
You're sold.
Yeah, I'm sold on coffee. No, I'm honestly so. I mean, I drink coffee.
Yes.
Or what I thought was coffee.
Okay.
And I am a coffee guy. I have a small coffee maker at home that I have my filters and I have some bottles with grounded coffee. But that's grounded coffee that was purchased.
Yes. Imported. Yeah.
This is coffee. I mean, if this is I've never tasted this. What I've tasted has been something that has been refined, I must say.
Yeah. As a little boy growing up, I remember in Butch Grove, we had a number of families where the farmers were the breadwinners. And you would smell the coffee when you walk by their homes early in the morning because they would need to have their cup of coffee before going to the lands. And the coffee they used then was locally grown coffee.
This one.
Yeah. And I'm sure if Delbert Braveboy is listening to us, he probably could give us a whole history on the coffee.
I haven't heard from him for a while.
Yeah, I've not seen him in a while myself. I hope he's okay, But yeah, coffee has been part of our agricultural culture, the culture of agriculture in Grenada over the decades. And it's something we've been losing through the loss of the trees, for example. But I encourage our farmers to tend to the trees you have, plant more trees, and feel free to sell us your coffee beans.
I need to ask you this question. I don't touch sugar,
Good.
right? I stay away from condensed milk. I stay away from that.
For good reason.
Yeah. I try a tad of honey from time to time. Is that bad?
No.
Are you sure?
Honey has some useful health benefits to it.
Yeah, but
in addition to just the sweetening process, yes.
I'm talking about the whole sucrose kind of thingy.
No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Honey, in addition to being a sweetener, right, also has some medicinal properties, like the pollen that's in the honey, for example, tends to have some.
So what about me being diabetic and all that? Can I still use honey?
Small portions. I'm not quite sure about the details about
just like
yes.
a tad of it, not like a regular thing.
Yes, you could.
So I'm wondering if I throw some honey into this, what would happen?
No, it shouldn't affect it too much.
Yeah.
It shouldn't affect it too much. But let me just make an additional point about this coffee here. remember the flavor, the bean, when you smell the beans, smells totally different from what you've just smelled here, right? Yeah. And the whole process of flavor development in coffee and cocoa is a result of the roasting specifically.
How long you do.
Yeah, the roasting process. In the case of the cocoa, the fermentation process is also very important as well.
Okay.
So the fermentation process, the roasting process, and then the third factor that contributes to these flavors is whatever additional spice you have. So the ladies and people who make cocoa balls, for example, they would normally add the cinnamon, the warden leaf or bay leaf, as some people refer to it. And then some people would add the tonka bean as well. So those three spices are the major spices most of our cocoa ball producers put to their cocoa that give you that final flavor. But the flavor of the cocoa beans itself develops through the process of roasting.
Bay leaf and what's the other leaf?
Cinnamon.
Not cinnamon, the other one. Borden?
Borden
and bay leaf, same thing?
Yes. I think there is some confusion as to, yes, a lot of people refer to...
I needed to find that out.
Yeah, there's some confusion as to what name is called what. Bay leaf is sometimes referred to the laurel leaf, right? And there's a specific leaf that's referred to as bay leaf. The leaf we use here is generally referred to as the borden, but many people refer to the borden leaf we have here as bay leaf. So there is some confusion as to what exactly the borden is in terms of, is it the bay leaf or is it the borden?
So it's the same thing, is it?
In our case, it's the same thing. Yes, in our case, in Grenada, it's the same
thing. The
other
question I need to ask you, there are two types of cinnamon, right?
Yes, there are 5 varieties of cinnamon, yes.
5?
Yes.
I thought there were 2.
Well, we're familiar with the 2, yes. The cassia and then the normal, traditional.
Cassia?
Cassia is one variety of the 5 varieties of cinnamon.
The one that curls up, which one is that?
The curling is basically the result of how it's being harvested and cut, as opposed to just...
is there one called Ceylon or so?
The Ceylon, yes. Ceylon is the more commercial type, or the most common commercial type of cinnamon that's in the international market.
Is that the better one?
Not necessarily the better one, but it's the one that the producers and the commodity market seems to prefer. In part because it's generally processed and in such a way to create that aesthetic effect of being rolled and cut to the same size, you know. And so when you go to the market, you see all the cinnamon seem to be of the same.
Oh, so instead of this big piece of bark thing that we have.
Yeah,
oh,
it's different. Okay. But nothing is wrong with the bark. It's a question of how we harvest it.
How we harvest it.
Yeah.
But this coffee, I can't stop tasting it.
Well, enjoy. I'm glad you like it, and I hope this would be reason enough for farmers to start thinking seriously of planting more for coffee.
But if we've started doing more chocolate factories.
Yes.
We've started. We have like maybe close to 15 now.
I know the last count I had was 7 chocolate.
7.
Yeah,
okay,
7.
Getting closer to 15.
But
So
we have a lot of people who produce cocoa balls.
Right.
Yeah.
We do cocoa balls. We have 7 chocolate producing joints.
Yes, factories.
Yeah. 7. And we could do you think that they can do coffee balls?
I never give thought to it. I'm not sure, in part because there is not enough fat in the coffee that facilitates the holding together of the cocoa, ground cocoa. You know, so that'd be one shortcoming. But
can you add chocolate to this?
In fact, I add coffee to my cocoa every now and again on a weekend when I make a big pot of cocoa. You know, so I make what I call a mocha. So which is a mixture of the cocoa and the coffee. You know, with all the spices. You know, the bay leaf, the cinnamon. The cardamom, which is something we grow also, you know, and interestingly, the tonka bean and the vanilla brings out that creamy character of my beverage.
Whenever I hear you speak of spices, You just list name after name after name.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. No. Don't be sorry. I'm coming to this here. And when we talk spices, and when even our Prime Minister talks spices, bloody hell, we're speaking of cinnamon only.
Cinnamon is the name we tend to use as a common name for. Sorry, spice is the name we tend to commonly use for cinnamon. Yeah. But spice, the word spice refers to the range of.
Yeah, so but we're still causing our children to believe when we say spice, we mean just cinnamon.
Yes, that's
and
true.
And that is wrong.
Correct.
Because nutmeg
is a spice.
That's a spice.
And that's our biggest spice producing ingredient.
Yeah.
Yes.
And almost all the other spices that you are naming, we can produce, we can plant and harvest in Grenada, correct?
Correct. In fact, vanilla used to be part of our spice producing Grenada in the 1900s.
This is lovely.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
And for some strange reason, the vanilla, they describe the Caribbean West Indies vanilla as not of a high quality as the Madagascar bourbon type vanilla. But it is good. It is good vanilla. Still recognized as a commodity, agricultural commodity. Has a very good flavor, which is what I add sometimes to my cocoa beverage. So yes, the vanilla is something we could grow. The cardamom is something we do grow, we can grow. The pimento is something we need to put more attention into. Clove we produce, yeah. So yeah, we produce a range of spices that we should continue producing.
But not, again, education, as Mr. White spoke this morning.
Yes.
Education. We're not educating our people enough in relation to the spices. Because when you talk spice in Grenada, instant, if you tell somebody, well, bring some spice,
they bring cinnamon.
Yes,
that's true.
And nutmeg staring them in the face and say, hey, look at me right here. I'm sitting right here.
I'm also a spice.
I'm also a spice.
Yeah.
Board and leaf right there.
Yeah.
I'm also. What do they do to sticks of bobbin of the board? Nothing, right?
Nothing, not I'm aware of. But the stick would also have some
properties.
Yeah, good properties.
It should have some good properties.
Yeah.
A friend of mine brought me some board leaves about 2 or 3 nights ago. So what I did was, you want to take a?
Yeah.
You want to leave?
No. Just to use the restroom.
Oh yeah, you go ahead. But we only have 2 minutes left. We don't have much time left. So you run along. Yeah, a friend of mine's brought me some cinnamon, some board leaves. Sorry, a couple of nights ago. So what I did was just rest them inside of the house, and I guess they would dry themselves inside. Yeah, not drying them in the sun. Not drying them in the sun at all. Drying them on the inside. So, it's just about that time again. When we are kind of getting ready to say goodbye. God bless. There's a line. Hi.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm there.
Okay, I heard you was speaking about putting sand to tin can. We used to do that when we were small. We used to put the sand in the pot to hot.
Oh, okay.
You pour the can in it and you store in it. So you don't make the amount of pop like you usually make popcorn.
All right.
I
told him so.
When you brown enough, you pour it through a strainer.
And then you have patch can.
You sift for the sand and then you have your can to eat. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too, my dear. All right. We've got a gentleman on the WhatsApp. Good morning. You did. Why? No, come on, say it. No, go on, say it. Say what you're saying. Say what you're saying. You mean like human beings? Oh, so what's wrong with coffee? So what's wrong with the coffee? Oh, man, you need to tell me. You need to tell me. Okay, well. So where do I get the information then? Yeah. I'll get the information there. Oh, okay. So it's not a religious thing. Don't tell me it's a religious thing, you know. It's a scientific thing, not a religious thing. Okay. All right. But I'm going to enjoy this one here. It's going really good. You don't. I'm just going to enjoy this one. And then I'm going to check out. Say again? Okay, will do. Thank you for the info, though. All right, great. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Well, it's that time again, friends, when you have to say goodbye. God bless. Take care of yourselves. And we'll catch you on another doc. Yeah, he had to rush for a bit. We'll catch you again another time, another place. Tomorrow morning? Yeah, tomorrow morning, God's will, I want to be here. Yeah, I want to be here. So I'll do my best to be here tomorrow morning, God's will, so as to be with you. Take care. Oh, there's Doc saying he's going to come out to say goodbye. Doc, can you tell the people goodbye? They want to hear you.
I enjoyed this morning's discussion, especially the issue dealing with the meteorological aspect of it.
A gentleman just called and said coffee is no good for me. He said it's a scientific thing.
I don't know the specifics why you would say so.
But he said I'd find the information at the Adventist bookstore. That's what he said. I'm just saying what he said.
Yeah, I'm fine. I understand. I respect
But I said to him, hey, make sure it's not a religious thing you getting me into.
Well, I'd be curious to know why he would say so. That's important always. For everything, there should be a reason, right?
People link coffee with cocaine.
No.
But
it has
no
nothing.
link.
No.
And then again, cocaine in the well, not cocaine, but coca.
Coca is from the Coca-Cola. Sorry, not Coca-Cola. Coca is from the coca plant, right? Which
transfer integrate into cocaine. I don't know what they do.
Yes, I am familiar with the process.
The process they do.
Yeah.
But the plant itself, the natives chew that plant like if.
Yes, for the same reason as a stimulant. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. People who drink Coca-Cola, it's a stimulant. Yeah. People who drink cocoa tea, for example, also has a stimulative effect. Yeah, and coffee also has a similar stimulative effect, which
tea
is
does, you know.
Tea as well. Yeah, so
tea calms you.
Yes,
yeah.
But
the coffee might stimulate you a bit, but the tea calms you down. So it has a different effect
right
on the body, innit?
But they're not necessary. In fact, the coffee has some heart health benefits to it as well.
The coffee does?
Yes.
Well, here's coffee. Bring me more coffee, man.
No, I'll leave what I've got here with you. But
my heart.
No, the truth is, the polyphenolics in the coffee are very useful for your cardiovascular system.
Oh, there you go.
So yes, I don't know what's the reason for his saying that. So I'll be curious to know what's his reasoning behind it.
I'll have to check out
that'll be useful.
The bookstore.
That'll be useful.
Hey Doc, again, thanks. I enjoyed the coffee. I'm sorry Dalton wasn't here.
Yes, we used to have this small cups of.
Yeah, you wanted to have his small cups again.
He'll get his share next week.
Dalton is the only guy I know walk around with teapots in the bag. I don't know why. Doc, again, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Andre.
How's bottling going?
We're doing fine so far. Hanging tough. The carnival season has been extremely.
Spice meeting?
Yes, that'll be next September, this third Thursday in September.
Third Thursday.
Yeah, we didn't have any this year because of the carnival. But yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity, Andre, for having me here with you and for the discussion with Mr. White.
And just let me know when I need to send a link to you, and I'll send a link to you, and you can
Yes, we can work together on that issue. Yes,
yeah?
No problem. You're very welcome.
Take care of yourself. God bless, and have a wonderful day.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for enjoying the coffee this morning, and thank you to all of our audience out there. I saw that.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
All right, take care.
All right, cheers.
To amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tuning on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth that flow like Mount Quack Tribe. From Grand Anse to St. George, the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
From Grenada to the wider Caribbean, this is Triple N News, your trusted source for the latest stories shaping our communities.